Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Winter break is over, and you know what that means. It's time for PEC Spring Valorant. Tonight, the Broncos take on the Cornhuskers with 7 wins and 1 loss to close out the fall. Boise State looks determined to keep that momentum rolling into spring as they face a Nebraska team eager to redeem a 1-7 start. For the casting desk, my name is Zach Munson, and of course, as always, I'm joined by Nathaniel Hackney, and well, although Nebraska, I mean, they're currently sitting at 1-7, just watching the games, I think skill-wise you can tell, they're feisty just like all these teams in the PEC. And I mean, what do you think is kind of the key today for Nebraska?
Well, Nebraska has some pretty good players overall, just not, I think sometimes just the round kind of slips away. And also they play a little bit of some goofy comps sometimes. And Maybe the strat is to pick a more normal comp. I will always advocate for them to play Viper, but
yeah,
maybe they just double down and they've invented something new.
I think a lot of the time that can kind of make up for a bit of the kind of talent advantage or just raw skill rank disadvantage of a team if you're playing something maybe a bit more unexpected. But like I said, the PEC is crazy at the moment. Boise State 1 loss to the Ohio State University in an incredibly close game. And I mean, other than that, it's kind of a bit of a trifecta at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Michigan State, Ohio State, like you were saying, and then us. And it just, everybody, it's like rock, paper, scissors, kind of.
Just like Overwatch, the Overwatch standings, yeah.
It's crazy.
I think, it kind of sets up some crazy games later in the season because those are ones that are very important. But Nebraska right now, they're currently at the bottom of the standings, trailing Baylor by 1 map loss. So potentially, if they won today, pull off a crazy upset, they're going into a Baylor match next week. They could easily kind of push themselves up a bit in the standings. And, it might be difficult today, though.
Yeah, and well, the lovely thing about how it's set up is there's the 2 semesters, so if they do manage to do a sort of a comeback run and start winning games, then they can end up pretty high in the standings overall.
Well, and it's also important to note that they did beat Minnesota and they took Utah to a 3rd map. Utah, a very good team, took Boise State to a 3rd map as well, so when the talent's there, when everyone's feeling it, the potential is pretty good for that team, but there's a lot of action going on soon in the PEC. Today's a little bit of an early game, but soon the rest of the teams will get into their games. And we can take a quick look around the league at the action happening tonight. Yeah. Michigan State taking on Nebraska. We got Ohio State versus Boise State rematch is going to be a very good game. Of course, going right into it, actually.
Oh, man.
Going quickly into it. Sorry, caught me a little bit off guard, but looks like Corrode will be the first map. And oh, sorry. It's getting a bit of a correction. It's actually Bind, but the point I was about to make is valid no matter what, because I was going to say, Corrode, wow, that's such a great map for Boise State, 4-0, but Bind, 4-1, another map that they love to play.
And something else to shout out is both those maps, you play Yoru and Viper, and those are characters we like to play quite a bit.
You like to play them, and also Kaz likes to play them.
Yes.
One thing to note as well, actually a very, very interesting statistic specifically about Kaz, of course. We love him on the broadcast. We call him the Clutch King, all sorts of compliments, but he's actually 3rd in the PEC for KD.
And lovely stat, and here's the lovely team, of course. So we have Skies, Skelesis, Master, Kaz, and pretty much everybody except Daimyo is playing.
Well, at least for the first map, but you never know what's going on in the second. Of course, having 6 players pretty much ready to go at any time, and that was the second stat I was going to mention, is Prestige is currently 4th in the PEC for KD. So that's 6 players on this Boise State roster that you can kind of, it offers a lot of freedom because, sometimes people just can't make it for whatever reason, but you've got some support in the back.
And then, of course, here's Nebraska's roster. We have Kotler, Andre, Seth, Ben, and Tony all here to maybe try and, like we were saying, see if there's an upset.
Well, yeah, as we mentioned, the talent is great on that team, so they could potentially get something going. But of course, we've got Doc's keys on our side. Think some new ones maybe in Valorant. Flank efficiently. Don't trust the right click. Take wingman with you, and don't ego peek the op. And of course, they're brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they're proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. Is the wingman one new? I don't know if I've seen that wingman tip before.
No, I have not seen that one.
Maybe that's like it's a bit of a preview of what might happen on this bind here.
Gecko?
Gecko on bind is not a terrible pick, and Skelesis, real ones know, back in the day, used to get active for sure on that Gecko, but it will be bind first. Nebraska's pick, actually, interesting, into an 80% win rate. Boise State onto it, and then immediately going on to Corrode, the second best win rate map for Boise State.
Man.
It really couldn't be set up better for them here, especially with the new map pool.
And what's crazy is the players used to say that they hated Corrode, but like it just shows to be the best.
Yeah, the results are there at least. Maybe they're not picking it specifically, but I mean, every time you go on it, it works. And that Viper composition working. And so I actually missed the second part of my cause stat is he's first in the PEC for defuses. And that's insane, having a great KD. And that also means that you're last alive, but you're delivering on the clutches, getting everything you need to do. And I mean, this is setting up to be pretty good for the Broncos here, at least going into this first map. Attack side first for them.
Yeah, no, those stats validate his claim to the throne of Clutch King, as we say.
And something interesting, what do you think they're going to run for Initiator on bind?
Initiator on bind? Well, you have, I feel like, two pretty obvious picks. It's Tejo and Sky, which
already the Tejo locked
right there. And then, of course, the Yoru flex pick as an Initiator, which is what we're seeing right now.
Geomagic's locking it in, and Skelis was once kind of just forced to play Tejo every game. Then he got moved a bit. He seems like he kind of just is always on one character. Then he was on the Sova pretty much every game. But now Tejo, a bit of a buff. So, and it's a pretty good one. The scan, it's better, and also the damage on the concussive blast is better. But heading on to map 1 of this new PEC season, the spring season, looking to get a good start. Both of these teams, the Broncos looking to push their incredible win rate even higher. Nebraska looking to get out from the bottom of the standings as we head into map 1.
And something we haven't mentioned is the other changes on the patch, I suppose. So the Tejo, it was supposed to be intended as like a light rework, or because they made it so the stun duration is shorter. But if you remember me saying, they nerfed every stun duration except for Tejo's, so now they just put him where he's supposed to be.
And also, there's a new weapon, the Bandit. It looks like Cause is actually bringing it out. I wasn't sure if we're going to see it, because we'll explain it.
Viper, all of her util, costs 200 credits, and it's a 600 credit gun.
Oh, but we're going to get right into it. Skies is pushing the pace, but Nebraska's ready. They come out, but Skelesis is the one to get it. Z Merlin trades onto 1, down to 9 HP. Skelesis manages to get his and get out, and now Prestige Trailblazer in. Teammates following it. Master pushing quickly, catches Z Merlin, and now it's a race onto the site. Bandit in hand. Cause jumps out. And it's going to be clear. Hard to get back into this one if you're Nebraska here. Ooh, good peek and through the smoke. Showing its value there. A lot of damage, and Master jumping in. Only one player falls as the Broncos pick up the first round. And, I mean, how did that go wrong for the Cornhuskers so quickly off that set play?
Well, I guess someone was playing counter flash there, and then what we were really seeing was kind of a Boise State classic where Cause go set up the lurk wall and see what happens, and then everybody else do something on B side. And then it kind of just worked out.
But yeah, it's insane. I mean, they had them outnumbered. They had the utility advantage, but accounting for it round 1, Boise State is here to play. Skies, Outlaw already. Prestige creeping up a bit, and they like to play this default. They kind of spread out and take account of everything across the map, and Skies is going to maybe see an arm here. Not quite. But he keeps going forward. The shots go, and he has to back out. Getting pressed a little bit now, but Skelesis is behind him with the spray. 2 for him in the shower, and now A-Site is looking a bit weak. Skies still wants to push out, dashes out, finds Zilla. Good shot.
Crazy.
Wonderful adjustment as the rest of the players now. I mean, it's a classic bind. Trying to retake 2 players coming from CT. What really can they do? Master creeps up. The ping goes through. A good ghost shot, and he's cleaning it out. Z Merlin right click actually lands, but he's all but accounted for. And the second round is pretty much just as easy for the Broncos.
And something we saw that round, what I think was a pretty cool play. Skelesis, I didn't even know you could do this, throws the drone into heaven, standing in hell. Maybe it'll show on this replay here.
Oh yeah, good replay, good replay.
And then Master throws down a clove smoke and plays through it to hit ghost shots off the scan.
And
we're using that on an eco round that we've already won.
It's something, I mean, it's something that no one really expects you to place a smoke and just walk through it. Like, why would you do that? It's great thinking. Skies up really quick, shorty. I mean, it pretty much tickles from that range, but Spectre does a bit more than tickle. Geomagics wants to take the fight, though. He's not willing to give up this space, but he's forced to. Skies takes him down, light armor with that Vandal, and now that's a potential rifle that could be earned. Skies has to be ready for this, and the timing, once again, 2 rounds in a row. Skies just barely misses out on the peak. But surely walking back now. It's going to be a quick fight. Skies notes it, but can't hit the shot. Woody Seth, good movement. 2 bullets, but no damages. Now the Broncos regroup here.
This player advantage is really important, but they want to get that rifle desperately. Tail drone coming into Hookah.
It's good information. The Viper being there is pretty solid. It kind of sells the fake, too. Look at Zilla go. Actually walking back now, but he's given up U-Haul control. Now the Broncos can push in with so much more space. They only have to account for backside. The player advantage on the side of the Broncos, and they're looking to fight, but they have to get the spike down. Woody Seth gets the first. Skelesis, though, good stun, and now peeking won't lose that with the Spectre, though. Uh-oh. U-Haul isn't clear, and Cause is burning. Lots of damage. Zilla is in U-Haul, looking to creep around. Trailblazer catches Skelesis on bench. Snakebite comes through. Merlin gets the first. A 2v2, but Cause, good timing, gets one, and now the rest of them are stuck in U-Haul. Skelesis might be a little vulnerable, tries to creep around. The timing catches him. It's all on to Cause, but he can't get this clutch. A little bit too much to ask as Z Merlin delivers. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the 3rd round, you're expected to win if you're Nebraska here. And in fact, some would even consider killing 3 of the Nebraska players as a win for Boise State, just economically speaking. I think
Merlin's got ult, though.
Yes, and that's kind of an important ult, especially just because you can rip at the start of the round and find information, or you can save it for a retake. There's a lot of ways to play the Sky ult.
But do you even use it on this round? Like with that
I don't know. I wouldn't be too confident with the Guardians.
Skies is about to farm 4 light shields in the Outlaw. That's only 1 body shot, and Geomagics is one of those players with light shield. I love how they use that. They use the tail mine to get Skies space with this sniper, because technically the player's shower could have pushed out too fast for him, but that mine buys him a bit of time, and the flash buys a bit of space for Prestige. Moving up, Z Merlin stood tall last round, but isn't wanting to get too creative quite yet.
And as this round slows down, something to keep in mind is the ult orbs that are going to be played for.
They're not hitting it right now. Do you think they want to be quiet?
They want it on Skelesis. He's 2 away from ult, and if he plants the bomb, then they have Annihilation for post-plant.
Good point. Look at how far Skies has crept up. That's a really good sight line, pretty much cutting the A-site in half. He knows the rotates aren't there. And the information's weird. Surely the Broncos feeling this out might know that B has more players, and that's a Judge. Able to be cleared out and shot with a classic. They might not expect the Judge still. Skies gets one on the other side of the map, cuts off the rotate. And now, I mean, there's a lot of players here, but it almost feels scary. Reavage, though, close in the corner. Judge gets the first, and now it's time to panic. Maybe trades going their way, and now only Seth remains backside, has to leave. Skies on the other side of the map, just making it happen, and Cause is the one to get the final kill. 1-3 right back come the Broncos.
Skies on that flank, I mean, that's...
Getting both the A players,
that's
and you
disgusting.
didn't commit anything A except for him. I mean, that's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
No kidding.
Seth tried, but again, like, it feels tough, and I noticed that a lot in some games is, like, the Broncos didn't even necessarily earn the site. You know, they didn't even have to come out. They got all the picks before they even got there.
Yeah. They kind of won the round without playing the objective.
Switch oh, the shorty finds it in the corner. They knew, they heard it. Gio tried to get creative, but now it's not good. And look, Zilla's trapped in the corner. Another shorty might find it. Switch out, but Prestige cleans it up with the spray. Great shot from what he said, though. Can't get the second. And once again, a 2v4 retake, but the flank is in tow. Master is too ready, though. Holding it. Ooh, but Reavage able to get one on the flank now. It's kind of up to Merlin. Shots awkward from both angles. Blinding light comes through, but Skies so good this far with the Outlaw, able to get another round, and up to 8 now for Skies.
That Outlaw is just, it's moving like an op almost.
This will be the first round that, like, only one person has light shield.
Yes. And something that, like, the scoreboard doesn't show me, but I see a lot in these Boise State games is the purchasing of a shorty. I think it's a very smart buy, especially when you're ahead, because...
How many times you actually, like, the time that you would use the classic is when you want a shorty on the buy round.
Exactly. It's just such a broken weapon.
Oh, Reavage wants to fight. Peeking up. Ooh, the jump spot's heard by Skies, though. Reavage doesn't know, and that's the ult's coming through. Skies wants to fight it. Going through. Dash, and Hookah's cleared. Switches to the gun and finds the kill. An easy, nice little entry and a second to boot. Why not? B-side open. Skies is moving differently this game.
That's exactly what you want your duelist to be doing.
It makes the round so easy. Look at the plant coming through. Paint shells coming from Steph Curry range. Won't get anything but a little bit of chip. And Skies wants the ace now. Gets the first and is pushing in for more. Teleport comes through. 4 for Skies. Can he get the ace? Only Geomagics to resist his wrath. And what a shot! Skies gets the ace.
Oh my lord.
When Skies is in that mode, I mean, what do? It seems like, I remember vividly, maybe 3 or 4 games ago, that Lotus match. That's how Skies is moving, just running through everywhere, and the headshots are magnetic. A timeout,
I would call a timeout there.
To see that from Reavage after what just happened to him with the convergent pass and Hookah. I need a timeout just to wipe my tears away.
Oh my.
Great play so far on the attacking side. Something you might think would be a bit more difficult.
Yeah, because usually on Bind you're trying to bait out the utility because the defenders have such an easy time holding in those chokes.
Well, they're playing like completely differently than they'd play like normally on Bind. I feel like the classic Boise State default of like put one player segmented throughout the map and just see what they can do. Now it's just Skies go kill.
Yeah, no, it's very different from walk into Cause crosshair. Now it's Skies go kill.
I mean, the scary thing is like
it's
they're not relying on that, but it's there when you need it.
Yeah.
The Cause safety net, the anchor. But coming out of the timeout, I think Nebraska's going to want to change maybe just, I think, who might be holding these sites, or I think they're fighting for space, but they're doing it in a strange way.
The problem is when you weak side B, you want to double up like they're doing now. I think they were avoiding it because of the convergent paths.
Getting creative, a nice little play, but anti-flash. Master is ready. If they push him, this might get sketchy. But Reavage instead posts up in the deep corner. I don't know. If they go back, they're definitely going to check for it, but the Teo drone manages to clear out a lot of space on A, and Skies, shorty in hand, dashes out. Ooh, but gets the info and comes back. The info is good though, but 4 players already here. Smoke's even better though.
Saturate.
Out in the smoke. Shorty popping out another.
Oh, what?
How do you get that before you get traded? Master now uses the not dead yet to keep things a little even. Has to get one before he dies. Grabs it. Pivots towards heaven. Now a 4v2 once again. Revage, a good spot to begin the round, but now all he can do is flank as time ticks lower here.
And they need to play a little bit faster if Nebraska wants this.
Maybe
retake
waiting
to
for
work.
exits because they're on a save, right?
Yeah, that could make sense. Wait for exits, die to the spike.
Maybe a good play, but oh, what he said gets one. Skelesis quickly trades it back, and now Revage says it's time to go. Stinger could do some damage though, gets the first. And the second will not be afforded. Kaz picks it up, and now 1-6, they're starting to run away with it a little bit, unless, I mean,
did you see
that?
that?
I was gonna say, like, never mind. Like, hold on, look at that scoreboard. Full ults, full buy. Nebraska better win this round.
Yeah, the ult economy is looking a little bit like Nebraska should have a pretty good shot at this round.
I mean, I would say they kind of have to, no?
Yeah, the one threat is Boise State plants the bomb, Kaz puts down the Viper pit.
15-3, by the way.
15-3, is that Skies?
Yeah, who else?
Yeah, you're right.
Interesting, I haven't seen this play. They're pushing up quick, and it's scouted by the Trailblazer. Prestige too careful, and the convergent pass might ruin it for everybody. Skies takes his chance, and I think he's gonna dash out of hookah, gets the angle. But Prestige finds it first. Skies trying to get in with the shorty, but now he's gonna clear out Elbow. What a spot, and what a smoke from Master. This is gonna make it so easy for Skies. He can just hold this smoke, and they're gonna walk right into him. Dimensional Drift doesn't even see him. Skies just holds. The team gets baited a little bit by the Yoru, and Skies cleans up too, looking for a third as the play. Oh, what an adjustment! Skies! How are we hitting those?
That's just not
18
right.
and 3 for Skies.
And like you were saying, that was a very smart smoke by Master. What he did there was he lines up the smoke to keep control of backside because they knew everybody teleported away or was dead to convergent paths.
And it just lets them walk directly into Skies, and the Dimensional Drift used
This flick. Oh, it got cut off.
Man. And still, they didn't even use all their ults. They probably could have tried something to get out, but now stuck with no money, and they've got to get ambitious. It's going to be Seth to do it, though. Trailblazer waited out. Flash goes high, and it actually works, but Skies beats it anyway. 19 now for him, dashing in. He is not done. The rest of the team pushing up. A crossfire now set up. But do the Broncos respect it? They don't at all. Skies finally gets stopped. Seth trying to retreat away, but the mines, a perfect trade. Boise State is moving like the symbiote right now. I can't believe it, Master. Up so far, and once again, a 2v4.
And it's such hard. It's
Flashes
so hard to
in.
this.
Oh,
Whoa,
hold on, Scylla. Not getting disrespected quite like that, but still falling in the end. Only Geo left, and it's all over for this round. Ultimate's not used, but the rounds are just starting to slip away. Skies has 20 in 9 rounds.
20. He's averaging more than 2 kills a round.
Someone has to put a stop to this.
This
Makes
is
the
just not
attack
right.
so much easier on this map when you're able to just get those picks every time, and seems like those set plays haven't been working for the Cornhuskers.
No, they really haven't. I feel like the Broncos just kind of find them every time because they're running double drone characters.
Ooh. Jump spot, I mean, I feel like that information's almost better for Master than it is for Revage. Because now they know Viper is in her typical spot. Bench player noted, and Skies activates. Dash goes through, and it's too easy. I can't believe it keeps working. The 21st is beautiful. Skies just backs out and has another ultimate already. Convergent Pass could be used, but the rest of the team really isn't there, so I think he might just go for another peek. Would he set jump spotting? And it's loaded!
No!
Skies! How do do you see that?
Guys!
Convergent pass out, and he goes pushing out, getting the space backside. He knows about the player in U-Haul. The flash maybe saves Zilla's life, but it's just a matter of time. Gets the first, but the knife comes through. Skelesis. And guess what? It's a 2v4 retake. I've never seen such a thing before. Skies posted up. If they peek, he is ready. Head height held for, but once again, they're not even gonna test it. Rifles being saved, and it's gonna be 1-9 for the Broncos. I mean, what is Skies doing? Hitting the jump spot, he even wants more. You don't even have to do this, Skies. No one is making you farm. Ooh, Merlin. Merlin puts a stop to that real quick, but the round is still gonna go the way of the Broncos.
And when the tab menu is pressed, I have a gut-wrenching statistic for you, Zach.
I'm almost kind of afraid. Hold on. I mean,
it might be wrong now, but I'm pretty sure at one point Skies had more kills than the entire Nebraska team combined.
Oh man, that is an insane stat. I think you still might be right. Either 1 or 2 off. We'll see it in a second. But look at this shot.
No, this is disgusting.
He hears it, maybe? Oh, he notes it. What an amazing prediction. Bro. He has one more kill than the entire Nebraska team combined.
That's crazy.
Skies is just feeling it. And he even noted Zilla. And he goes to Shorty again. Oh! Saved by the pellets. What he said, can't even trade it back, unfortunately. The ults come through, and it's still like,
what a preposterous angle.
Not a great trade. Zilla getting the information, playing with his life. I would be more afraid than that to peek Skies right now. But instead, it's a bit more of a classic kind of slowish play here from the Broncos, but it looks like they're grouping up towards A.
Yeah, making sure to get all of that Sky heal off onto the team, getting rid of all that poke damage.
I think the footsteps are noted. Skies gets another entry. Seth quickly trades it, but that's good space for the rest of the team to push forward. Kaz can't quite hit the shot as Geo gets one onto Skelesis, but a little bit of a ping diff there. Geo Magic's taken through the gate crash. Woody Seth is still on site, and Prestige could get sprayed here. It's possible, and it happens.
Guardian
on default is a risky angle. Master has the not dead yet, and I wouldn't be shocked if he played forward to fully utilize it. In the smoke, he goes. Viper's Pit to his favor, and he's ready. Swings out through and gets the first. Now quickly pops the ultimate. They're trying to watch, but he can retreat back into the Viper's Pit. Gets sprayed though. Seth is on for 4. Hold on. But the smoke's gonna fall. And is the Clutch King ready to defend his throne? One player, and Z Merlin. Actually 2 now. 2 clutches that Z Merlin has defeated Kaz. And that's both the rounds that Nebraska has gotten. They're happy that they got that one.
Yeah, they have just come down to the absolute wire, though. And as we go into this last round, the ult economy, I'm pretty sure everything has been spent. I mean, not much can come up. Maybe
you could get
Annihilation.
The Annihilation and the Guiding Light. Or not the Guiding Light, sorry.
Trailblazers.
The Trailblazers, sorry. Those are the 2 that you could probably get. I mean, they might just give Skelesis the spike and go for it, but look at this B-hold. It's kind of weak. They changed up. They went back to A and just on time. Broncos are ready here, and they're walking up quick. A jump spot. You're lucky to live a jump spot against this player. Ooh, a little ambitious. It's worked so many times. Finally punished. And that is a good orb as well. A good hold from Nebraska. I don't think that the Broncos can go here.
But with that Sky ult up, they can check and see how many players are towards the side.
They know only one backside. They can just walk straight out. The mines even find one. And now a pincer move for the hookah player. Prestige gets it, and I was dead wrong. They just walk straight out B site in the plant. Surely to come down soon once Skelesis gets onto site. Armageddon's still potentially available here if he gets one. But all 3 players are coming from CT here.
Out comes the drone.
Gives a little
information.
Oh, wow, that's really good force up forward, but Prestige can't hit it. Quickly, though, Cause gets the trade. And it's beautiful. Both players now have to walk out, but this is an insane crossfire, and Master doesn't even need it. He could have been by himself and got those kills. 10 rounds on the half for the Broncos going into their defense.
And I want to shout out the sky ult that was hit. I don't know if it'll show. But so basically, the sky ult, the idea, I think, was to make the hookah players look backwards, right? But then they see no one's elbow, and like you were saying, it's just a free sight at that point.
Yeah, because the backside players smoked. No one elbow, well, I'll just go out.
Yeah.
What a wonderful ult. I mean, like, the Trailblazers are a lot more, like, intangibly valuable than, like, a Raze ult, but I think they're really good, man.
Yeah, they give you information and also blind people if they don't act. It's like a secret OP ability, you know? It's
Guys
sneaky.
has been convinced, I think, onto the Bandit by Cause. They're going to do a little bit of a Nebraska push of their own. Skies gets first contact, and Master grabs one, and they're out of there. If a heal is on the board, this could be great as well. So many players chunked down a little bit, and yeah, able to get healed right back up. Skies up to full, and B site still as strong as it was left. Master now changes his position towards long and brings Skelesis as his buddy to hold it. Smoke comes down, and Gio's faster than it though. Gets the first, but the stun is perfect from Skelesis. Potentially can upgrade his gun, but just out through the smoke, why not? Gets one and keeps it at an even 2v2. And now the Bandit, Cause is in hookah. And a headshot is lethal with the Bandit. Pushing up. Prestige is smoked out, but could still provide util potentially. This is difficult though. Flash comes through, Cause jumps out, and they have a window. Both players in two. Prestige gets the first. The flash comes through, and Cause shuts Zilla down. A pistol round victory for the Broncos. Now only 2 more for the bind map win.
I mean, that was a lovely round. I don't have too much to say.
I almost think, well, I think it might be like just important to note how differently, I mean, that was exactly the play Nebraska did on their pistol round, but the results were insanely different.
And right here, I don't know if you can tell what they were going for, but the Broncos often have this play where they have Skelesis with a concussion mine standing out jiggle peeking, and then they throw it when they walk through the smoke, and it's a bunch of free kills.
It worked for one. Just the trade, and Skelesis is keeping the Bandit. It's going to be decent value here, I think, but he's going to be tested hard. Only 2 players. It's Master Skelesis on B against the full might of the Cornhuskers. Whatever weaponry they can muster, and as you mentioned, the exact play you just talked about, sees a foot, potentially sees a lot, but instead he realizes it might just be worth to slow down a little, save his concussion for later. They've only got classics to try and walk out here. Master has a great angle. I really do like this smoke. This is a good play. This is a controller main special here. Able to tuck a nice little angle he created for himself, and Nebraska still going slow. And Master's actually in a really nice spot. Once this wall drops, the flash comes through. Perfectly set up. What an amazing team play. The Cornhuskers try and come out and actually get a lot of space, but they aren't going to be able to get the guns if Cause can get here in time. 2 players spraying through with the Bandit. Revich taps the spike, trying to bait a peek, but Skies has the outlaw. And the longer they wait, the less smokes they're going to have. Brim can't recharge them, and they don't really want to fight open angles. Skies is going to peek and just walks out, catches a perfect timing, and even gets the second. Beautiful. Just walks out and catches everyone. Looking away, 12 for the Broncos and 25 for Skies.
And the patience here as they wait for the Viper Venom to recharge. Wow, it's just quite well played. And something I want to also mention is Skelesis, remember how he was on that super aggressive angle? He bought a Bandit there so he wouldn't throw away a weapon to the enemy.
Yeah, like even if he gets completely caught out and dies, it's like, hey, you guys got a Bandit. Like, okay, you can have it. But now, I mean, this is do or die. Map 1 for the Cornhuskers. They've got full purchase. Ooh, and Gio is making it
but the
show
sneaky
its
Odin.
value. Yeah, this is going to be a weird corner. I don't know if they have a lot to get Skelesis away. They do have the flashes, of course, but if he's able to dodge it, they're going to drop down into a world of pain. But in classic Bind fashion, they're not willing to go quite yet. Now actually going through Satchels. Committed Reavage gets the first, and Prestige trying to play from backside gets one, but the flank grabs it, and Woody Seth able to get another, and it's all on Skelesis. The first one here, and he's the last one out, but a play potentially not quite. Seth is able to clean up that round, and the Cornhuskers get to 3. Now, I mean, the Broncos are pretty low on money. I mean, if they had to win that round, but it was a good round to win regardless.
Yeah, and also something about when you're at 12 and you have so many rounds of buffer is the Broncos can do this thing where they just die on repeat, have 5 ults, and win.
They just you'd almost be like, okay, we're literally just gonna give this round and then just win next round. Like, obviously people do that to a certain extent with saves, but you can do it to a crazy extent. Like, we literally need 1 in the next 10 rounds. A little less of a default. Actually, look how far Skies has gotten up already. A good spot, and Master, Bandit in hand, that could be a crazy lethal angle if they're not ready for it. Trailblazer noted. Decent damage, but Skelesis has to deliver from the corner. Master trying to get the util for it, hits the bomb buddy, and now everything's set up. The headshot comes through, grabs it, but it's not quite enough. 1 kill found, but now Prestige is the next line of defense. Cornhuskers coming in, and Prestige actually a really great angle. If he goes quick, he might get a lot. A beautiful shot, a second too. That's more than you could have ever asked for. Look at this, Cause has a Vandal. A 2v2, scarier than it should have been for the Cornhuskers as they're trying to think about what angles to play here.
And look as Skies comes up on this flank here.
Oh, he's going to swing it quick, but
oh,
they're not looking. Perfect timing from Skies. They both look away, and that's going to be the first map. It's all Skies from the start to the end. What an amazing performance from him, and a thrifty round to end it off on this Bind map. Crazy convincing from the Broncos there. Wow.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed.
Corrode, aren't they flawless on? Which is the next map?
They are flawless on Corrode so far. So, man, I mean, they showed up to play over winter break.
Yeah.
They're hitting the practice range, hitting hard bots for sure.
Definitely Prestige hitting the aim labs. You see where he flicked, looked away, and then flicked back? That's literally an aim labs task.
Literally hitting aim labs. And I mean, it was difficult because, I mean, Seth was certainly the standout performer, but I mean, it's almost hard to talk about anyone else because even 8 first bloods, it makes the game so much easier. And we had noticed that on just looking at some of the statistics so far from the PEC season. Skies has been ferocious with his like entry fights. He gets a lot of first bloods, dies a lot first, but that's exactly what you want out of a Waylay. You know, that's why you pick that comp, and it just worked perfectly.
Yeah, and the amount of times he just like dashed in and killed somebody
with the shorty too.
Yeah, he made it look so easy. It's not.
It really isn't. And Corrode, I would say, it's not super like similar to Bind necessarily, but in terms of how you play, like it kind of is, like composition wise and stuff. And I mean, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, just interesting going on to next one. But of course, thank you to the Idaho Air National Guard. What if you could pursue college or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard. Just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You'll get tuition assistance, signing bonuses, healthcare, 0 down home loans, and high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you leadership skills and lifelong connections. Ready to have it all? The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. And maybe this is bad, like broadcasting practice, but I'm gonna run back the exact same question that I gave you in the opener of, I mean, what's the key here for the Cornhuskers?
So, I guess I can change it up a little bit. Perhaps buy a judge. Buy an op, just something to get this guy to stop running through your team. You know, one of the one-shot weapons.
I agree. I think I agree because when stuff like that is happening, when the other team is just not afraid to take those opening fights, like you kind of need to instill a little bit of fear in them, at least like a bit, because if not, you get what you saw, which is just guys just running down B-long every round, you know, not afraid of anything. And like you said, I think getting just a bit of fear in the hearts of Boise State, but that might be a hard task. They really don't get shaken too easily here.
Yeah, for like a lack of better words, just drop the Vandal, stop taking fair fights, and just go for the cheesiest strategy ever.
Revenge on Chamber, he did run it last time they played Corrode. It wasn't a ton of success, but if they bring it out again, that could be kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah, and especially they know the Broncos love to play Waylay. Something that you do with Waylay is you hit all of your abilities just to saturate one guy so your team can push him. If that one guy is the Chamber, you just wasted all of your util on a guy who just hits Rendezvous.
Just snaps on out of there, and yeah, that's two non-rechargeable abilities gone. And so I think I completely agree with that, as well as like they didn't even really they weren't even you got to force them to default a bit, you know, because to me that shows if you're just pushing the site, you just go to the site and just go in and win the round, like that shows like I think you're like a little bit in autopilot mode kind of. You're just putting the same guys on the site, same kind of rotates. That happens all the time on Bind. You have like 2 players B, they die. All 3 come in from CT. It's like an unwinnable round. And maybe like I like that timeout after the Sky's ace, but like and I like it seemed like they had decent set plays, but it felt like once they worked, Nebraska was just almost kind of scared away from using them anymore.
Yeah, I think something that like I don't know if this is a mental thing that just happens once you start getting scared, but they weren't trying to like set the tempo at all. And usually whoever is in control of the pacing of the round has a better chance at winning it because, I mean, it kind of just makes sense, right?
It absolutely makes sense. And I have to say, though, like Bind, anytime I think of Boise State Bind, like, I mean, we play it so much. Like, there's so many... Sorry, I love the penguin. The team mascot. Sorry, the team mascot. But you've played Bind so many times. I've seen so many Boise State Bind games, but just every time I see a set play that's new. Like, I mean, even just stuff as simple as using the Teo mine to get space for Skies to move up with the Outlaw. Like, that's so simple, but so effective. You just take over like a fourth of the map with one ability.
It wasn't even that. The next time he threw the Teo mine like further to the side so they could get past it, so they could throw a saturate to get a free kill. It's like, why are we thinking of this?
It's so crazy, and just that on top of already like everyone is aiming well, everyone's playing good, but maybe an interesting little thing to note is Cause might have a bit of aura on the line, unfortunately, because he kind of got his chain snatched by Merlin 2 times in the same game. I will
say.
As the clutch king, and Merlin delivered twice, so maybe he might have to try and get one back on him in the next map on Corrode.
Find a couple clutches here.
They certainly play in a way that gives him a lot of opportunities. That shot is so cool. That's a shot that you like dream of hitting. Like when you're playing the game and you hear someone jump spot, it's like, imagine if I flick to that. Like, but Skies doesn't have to. That's just his life. That's just what he does.
And as we look at like the highlight reel, it's gonna just be all Skies probably. I mean,
for sure.
Crazy.
The shorty, it's just good procedure. It's what happens when you have a clear plan and it just works out exactly like you want. So I think they've got to find a way to throw a wrench in that plan, the Cornhuskers, just in any way possible. And I would like to – I think the chamber allows for a lot of that because I think a lot of people forget – I mean, in most of these clips, people are just dying on angles.
Yeah.
You know? Like chamber can kind of mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, like I know it's going to sound outrageous. I wouldn't be mad with a Reyna pickup. Just – play some bogus angle, try and kill someone and dismiss. Like it does the same thing as Chamber, but worse. But like I wouldn't be mad if you picked it.
Same thing as Chamber, but worse. I think the Bandit looks okay, but we saw some good use out of it thus far. I'm not really sure about like how it kind of fits in. Like you can already see if something's that broken, you know, you'd expect everybody on the team would be to buy it, but really they were kind of giving it a chance. But like you said, it's only really good on characters whose utility is like 200 credits or cheaper, you know?
Yeah, or it's good if you do a lot of poke damage, because like if you're throwing the paint shells, you hit them for 25, then it's basically a sheriff, right? Or like it's good on defense because you can control how close you are to the enemies more, but it's still
Something I also kind of just thought of as well is the ultimate usage was also interesting last game. Like, I think when you're losing just a lot, like so much, what you like to do in a close game when things are very even keel is like, okay, we're gonna use these ults this round. We're gonna use maybe like the fade and the showstopper, you know. But like, I think when you're losing that much, it's like straight up as many as it takes to win. We are going to use, you know. And like, I think there were a lot of rounds that kind of maybe, I don't know, they staggered the ults a bit more than I think they maybe should have. But it will be Corrode and Boise's pick now. I mean, you kind of mentioned that, like, it's interesting to see how they've came around on it, because at first it's like, I hate Corrode. They didn't like that map, but now it's like, hold on, we're kind of good at this map.
I think it has to do with the Abyss changes, because they were always saying that Abyss was their favorite map, and then they reworked the map a bit, and, you know, Boise State had trouble, and they went, oh, wait, we're good at Corrode.
One thing that's pretty interesting about, I think, when you're winning games like this, like either just pretty convincingly, your mechanics are looking good. This is a good, like, kind of practice opportunity, you know? Like, a lot of the time when you're trying to win as much as you possibly can, it's a close game, back and forth. It's like, okay, we're going to go with just whatever is going to give us the highest percent. But it's like, okay, like, I think we have a bit of wiggle room. Like, let's try out like a comp we've been trying in scrims we haven't tried in a game yet. Just see how it works out. Like, and of course, with such an insane roster that Boise State does, I mean, you could even try out like different comps with different players, and that offers a lot of flexibility. And so it's rewarding to be able to try out and practice things in the middle of the season. I think that's a very underrated, being able to get a lot of reps on different stuff. A lot of teams don't have that luxury.
Yeah, I think just also being able to like branch out to the more experimental team comps, it kind of validates more like how good it is when you play it in an actual game.
Completely.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing to argue with there. I mean, just in general though, like their typical look just looks so good with the Viper and the Yoru that it's like almost don't want them to play anything else, because I also like watching it so much. But there are a lot of different. It's more complicated than people think. How like different comps can almost kind of counter other comps. You normally think of that in things like Overwatch and League of Legends and stuff like that, but it's real in Val. There are certain matchups that are more difficult than others.
Yeah, and the thing about Valorant is it's blind pick, so you don't get to see what the other team is picking. You have to just have a really good coach that scouts, which we happen to have, and then you can just choose something that counters, as you say. A good example was how we were saying Chamber would counter this comp potentially that we're running.
I think Chamber would be a pretty good pick, and I think someone needs to be like the far and away, like they need to be the skies of Nebraska next game. I think like there needs to be someone where it's like we can, if there's a spot that they're going over and over, we need to be able to sit there and lock it down, whether that's the Reyna, whether that's the Chamber, if it's Seth, Zilla, Geo. But we'll see what it is. Instead, Evage looks to be playing that controller in a very different composition than what we had seen before out of Nebraska. It looks like Bronco's trying out something a bit different as well. Vise, post-buff, looking to get a bit of reps on. I would say Corrode's probably Vise's best map, maybe second to Lotus.
And one of the reasons I know why you pick Vise on this map is, well, there's a bunch of choke points on the main entrance, so Vise is really good. We have the wall. But also, throwing down those razor binds in mid as we fly through, you can block off all of the defender's ability to go in and then just have a Viper wall. And it's like you can't walk through the Viper wall without dying to the razor bind, and you just give mid space for free. And it's disgusting.
You also like to mention the Waylay mind game, though, against the Vise.
Oh, yes. The Waylay just is able to walk over and then press refract, and then you just lose.
So that's a bit of like it's like that game with your friends where you try and put your hand on top of the other person's hand. That's kind of the Waylay versus Vise matchup. I'm a dash in, trip the wall, come right back out. Because normally it's a bit more difficult. You might have to isolate a player on one side of it, but also get to see the breach too. Also off of a little bit of a balanced patch. A little bit stronger
it's a fake
now.
buff.
But it's map 2. It actually, this even has different stakes than you might have expected because the Broncos are undefeated on Corrode, so that hangs in the balance potentially. 13-3 last game, but the Cornhuskers have a little bit of nitrous left in the tank for this game. We will soon see as we head on to map 2.
And I just want to completely rag on the Breach pick, personally. I always pick Breach because he's fun.
Yeah.
But if you just look at the statistics, he is like the worst character in the game somehow. And I don't understand it. He seems like he'd be so good, and then everybody just turns your flash and you're a homeless loser. Quite frankly. But and the Boise State players, I know they can turn the flashes. So
yeah, I mean, they're turning those for sure.
I'm ready to be disheartened, but maybe Merlin can surprise us.
I would say it's probably a little bit different with the fade, though. And also, ranked stats are always a bit different than, like, pro. I mean, he's bad in pro.
He's bad in
pro,
is
too,
what I'm
but,
talking
like,
about.
I think there's always characters like Breach. It's more even about the synergy than just anything he could particularly do. I like this, though, out of Nebraska early, trying to fight for that mid-space, and they gain it. Master, I mean, might not expect so many players here, but the whole team's going to peek. Actually gets a headshot quickly onto Revenge, and Prestige manages to keep the trades even. Great play from him. He actually creeps up. They might have think he went back. What a play by Prestige. I mean, this is insane. What a timing. It's still kind of being accounted for, though, but oh, now he has an insane flank. Here's them all leaving. Jumps up, sees another, but does he know about the third? Yes, he does. But he can't quite hit the shots. Tough from Prestige, but Skies is still alive backside, and he's still fighting. Good headshots. One more. Reload. But the timing, the crosshair placement, expecting Merlin a little farther. And Merlin, he's kind of consistent here. Like, hold on. He's like, you know how the superheroes are like some. Oh, like in Super Smash Bros, you can do like different color variants of your characters. He's like a different color variant of Cause. He's like the Cornhusker, like red version of Cause with these clutches. I mean, that's technically, awesome. It's not even a clutch. It's like just saving a 1v3. Is that even a clutch? Does that count?
I say they both fill the anchor role.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't even matter in the end, because good money now for the Nebraska team. Once again, fighting for that mid space. This time it doesn't even look like it's going to be contested. Seth is ready for the jump. Well played, knowing... Oh, hold on, wait. How is Skies here?
Rifle.
How is Skies even this far? I mean, he's in B link with a rifle. How did he get here? Dashes through B, and this is such a terrible position to have to deal with for Nebraska. Player noted, Merlin. The stun is going to come through, but it misses the flash. It doesn't hit. Skies can't quite get the shot, though. Seth finds a second, and now it's all on to the lurker. Cause... Toxin running low, has to swing the smoke, and gets taken right out. Nebraska, a pistol and a bonus now. Pistol's something that Boise State's notoriously kind of struggled with.
Yeah, in the past, there was kind of just like a running thing where you and I would see how many pistols they've won, and it wasn't a high number, is what I remember. But
well, even in maps they win convincingly. Still, sometimes they let the pistols go, and I think that's something they're probably still working on as a team. For sure, you definitely have to play in a different way because you're almost kind of held back by your guns, you know?
And they just changed how the pistol round's going to look with the new gun, so...
Bring them down. Bring them down.
Can't
blame them too bad. Good chance to work through that, though. This is a good learning moment. Skelesis uses both Prowlers, clears a bit of that back sight, but there's still a player there.
Oh, no!
But not again! How can he keep getting away with it? Zilla immediately eliminated, and the sight, it's just theirs. The smoke's perfect. There's a player heaven, though. Woody Seth can't deal with multiple peaks with the Outlaw. And, oh, man, branching into spawn. The Broncos are like thorns. They're like a vine creeping into everywhere. Skies gets another. And the last two players are mid. Revenge able to get the first, but Skies hunting and gets a third right back into his bind form. And look at that. As if to show us, give us a talking point, just quickly shows he has that ultimate already online. Could be big next round.
And especially with how Skies has been playing so far, where he just You were saying that Waylay counters Vise because, like, you can dash back on the wall, right? He's showing us that you can just dash on top of their head and kill them.
If you know where they are, it's just about that easy. And yeah, already they changed.
The ult's going to make it so easy.
True, and they also changed their hold up a little bit.
Oh, yes. But the amount of times I've seen Skies saturate someone where that Vise is
has
playing.
to leave. He used the updraft, I think, to get on the box, and now backside's cleared, though. Pushes back into it, actually. Seth almost gets the kill. Recharging shield. Gonna be a lifesaver for Skies, potentially. Ultimate used, but nothing really gained from it other than a couple of rotates. The rest of the team is running over quick, but they're leaving the spike towards B here. Interesting.
Maybe try and fake the rotate here?
Seems like it. Seth is going mid to fight it, and if he peeks, he could get evaporated here. I think he did a little bit of a jiggle, spotted someone, and now it's sketchy. Seth giving space for Reevich to do a double teleport to get away. A nice little team play. I actually think Nebraska is in a good spot right now in this round here.
Yeah, they have. Well, they're going to be giving mid space, though, which is going to be pretty difficult for them.
They're trying to fight for it. The flash goes through, and Reevich set up perfectly and sinks back into the smoke. Escapes, dissipates like a ninja.
30 seconds
And it's a
left.
5v4. Things aren't getting any better for the Broncos other than this A space. They've cleared up enough now where they can move the rest of the players, but it's going to be on to Gio. Has to hold strong, but the timing is so unfortunate. Isn't ready for Prestige to be so far up, and I think the spike is going to be able to come down now.
And just in the nick of time, here's that Viper Wall Razorvine combo I was saying.
Oh, it's been noted, though. They're actually past it. Prestige isn't quite ready. Reevich just runs through, gets the first, has to reload, and now a 3v4. Prestige waiting in the smoke. Skies will always be good for his, though. They're kind of off-site. It's an interesting way to play the round. Snakebite good. Used out. Saturation early. Cause and Prestige one apiece, and now Merlin, I mean, you've been good in the clutch. The rock for this team, but what more can you do? 1v2, tap comes through, and Merlin gets the second. Onto the bomb, pushing up. Cause, are you ready? And the chain has been returned to its rightful owner. Cause shuts down Merlin for the second straight Bronco round.
The Clutch King, is he back? It's the clickbait thumbnail.
Has he returned? Able to shut down Merlin. Merlin really not shy at the moment, but a little bit too much to ask. And that's a really, really good spike plant. My goodness,
Yes.
that's hard to deal with.
There is not much you can do there, especially after the Broncos know mid is just theirs.
Merlin, interesting purchase for sure. He's got the Bandit, and look where he's playing too. That's weird.
Yeah, a little far back for the Bandit, maybe.
I think that's what that was almost kind of what I was talking about, where it's like, you're just playing the spot. Whoa. Sorry for interrupting your kills, guys. Wow.
My bad.
Good entry. He's got like 3 or 4, but it seems like Merlin's kind of playing the spot more than he's playing like the gun. You know, it seemed like, oh, like Seth, you got the rifle. Maybe you want to trade me here or something. But instead, like, they kind of just give up the space, and with a kill that early, A site's kind of open here, especially with that wall up.
Yeah, and that wall, it gives so much space. Like, it forces... I'll talk about it later. Okay.
It's too much to get into right now as the Haunt comes through and clears all of Elbow. There are a couple players, like, kind of here. I mean, a little bit. Merlin's waiting on the other side of the smoke, but he's cut off by the wall, and the plant comes down. But actually, I mean, the wall almost cut Boise State off a little bit because they all went the same way. Now there's a bit of space for Seth to get out. Shorty in his hand. Master just takes it. Hold on, Reevich. Shut down. Looks at the not dead yet. Gets his crosshair drawn, and Master wants to stay alive. Saturate. Good. The flash hits. Skies is the one to get it, though. And Boise State get a third. Does Master live here? Hold on. Oh, no.
No.
He fell. Unlucky, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're just going to buy him a gun anyway. But a great round, and actually pretty close. Well, not super close, but that was an eco for the Cornhuskers, and I like using the save on this round here to try and get something going.
And I'm glad they did a timeout so I can talk.
Yes, talk about it.
But, so basically, on Corrode, right? Mm-hmm. The problem with that wall that it creates for the Cornhuskers is they picked Breach and Omen, right? Breach, his only real ability is the fault line. Because we said you can kind of just dodge the flash. And you want him in mid so that you can fault line anywhere, right? But you also want Omen in mid so he can smoke the map. So you need 2 players mid. And then we've seen that the Vise gets run down on her own.
So
then
the Vise
you
on,
need
on
to have
on
2
B
people
anyway.
on it. Yeah, you need 2 people there, though. So that creates this thing where you have 2 people mid, and then you have 1 A, and it's a wall that splits it in half.
They have to choose a side to play.
They need 6 players for the way that the game's being played right now.
Yeah. That's why he'd want like a Yoru or something, at least with the gate crash.
This is why you pick Yoru instead of Breach, is the point, basically.
So it's an interesting kind of conundrum. And I mean, I'm almost not even sure if they're aware of it, still, I mean, actually, no,
they're moving.
Their adjustment actually like this because they're moving now towards Link.
And the Breach can still hit his fault line, so he gets full value here.
And full smoke, so good adjustment. It was a good thing to note, and a good adjustment. Shorty comes through, and good damage from Skies. 1 shot now, Merlin. No heal available either. Not much to get there. Good. Thorn Garden gets good value. Cause gets the first on site now. Still has the rifle in hand, trying to back up. Creeps behind the wall. Able to get right out. Geo, though, swinging ahead of it. He's dodging all the util. Can't dodge that, unfortunately, as Skies takes him down. Okay. Dimensional Drift to try and get some utility or some information. Sorry, but Skies peeking. Seth gets the long shot duel to go his way, and now a 3v2 all of a sudden. Prestige hears both. Good flash, and it hits everything. Beautiful from Prestige as he wants another, and a beautiful double up position trade for the Broncos. Now 4 straight. Like we'd mentioned, they lose the pistol, and then once they get those rifles, it goes right back their way.
And also that setup looked a lot stronger for the Cornhuskers. I know I look like a stinky liar because the Broncos kind of ran through it at the start, but they used 2 ults, and it ended up being a pretty close round. So I think the 2 people at Link makes more sense in my opinion.
Look
hard.
at the money. It's so weird.
It is, yeah.
You would think with Seth being on, having that ult, the economy would be a little easier to manage. He can pop the Blade Storm, buy another, but instead it's once again just light shields across the board. The bleeding still has not stopped for the Cornhuskers, and they're right back to their old ways. Omen staying in Link, but still the position's going to be so difficult. It's all on Geo to hold elbow by himself here.
And it's kind of a big ask.
Ooh, Paranoia is good. Blade Storm finds 2 mid. Woody Seth teed up by his teammate. A beautiful Paranoia finds everything, and now the Broncos are a little bit boxed in here because the flank is on the way, and Geo, good timing. I don't know if they think he's here still. Oh, they know about it. Cause is just too vigilant. Spike is getting planted for mid, though. It's kind of sketchy because there's so many mid. Viper's Pit coming down, but I mean, this could be really scary because they don't know all 4 are in the same spot.
And notably, Cause just uses Snake Bite.
Oh, look at this, though. Ooh, and the wall's up. If the timing could be good, Prestige could go so big. Revid gets it, but Cause hit. His gun is jammed, but not the Shorty. Oh. And the Shorty's ready for it. Skelesis picks up the other. And a little bit of ults committed, but the Broncos glad to have that one. And that's 2 important ults for the Cornhuskers on a go round they didn't win.
Yeah, that was a very important round. I think the Vise ult into the Viper ult doesn't make a lot of sense because you know they're gonna have the Shorty. And look at what we see. What is Seth buying here?
This could be the ticket. He briefly mentioned it a little bit, but the op could be so big here, especially towards mid where he's going.
But it looks like the Broncos are gonna open B this time.
They haven't been B in a while. Kind of switches it up, and Seth, I think, is looking at that same angle in the smoke, and it looks like he's going to get challenged.
Oh.
Skelesis, it's like, when you see that gap in the smoke, it's almost a little like a mind control. You have to, maybe I can see someone through there, but they are just as aware. Skies wanting to get something back quick, takes the entire site with the convergent pass, and into the smoke he goes. Look at all this space. The real estate agent Skies just controls all the land on B site, and he's not willing to sell it. Prestige, his most trusted agent, takes out Zilla. And only now a 4v4. It's gotten back towards their way. Paranoia dodge, Master goes hunting and finds that. Spike is now coming down, and the rest of the players are falling for the Cornhuskers. Only one player left. What can Gio even do? 1 versus 4, he's smoked off. Ultimate up, I guess, but can't even really use it in this situation. Has to just take the fights. Gio looking for maybe a long angle, but maybe deciding to save might be the best decision here.
And I could definitely agree with him, but then his buy might be a little bit out of sync. So, well, no, we saw the econ. The buy will be in sync if he saves.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. He might not get to.
Oh,
Skies
no.
knows.
Vaughn
He
is
gets the
pulling
gun
up.
out. Oh, but the timing. He doesn't quite know where Gio is. Back to back. Oh, but he spotted him and finds the third at the end. All that. And I mean, he might even have. What's his money looking like now? Okay, still has enough to buy light, but look at the rest of his team. Once again, the money's so weird. They can't get anything going, not even the save. And Skies, once again, even off their initiator getting picked mid, just said, all right, just go a little faster then. Let's just get some kills.
Yeah, it really is crazy. And this round, the Steel Garden, I'm pretty sure it covers all of B site, which is something we might be seeing here.
Wow, look at this spot from Seth. There's surely no way it works with the Prowler.
Oh.
The Prowler didn't hit it. Seth is still on
He has
site.
the shorty.
In a decent spot, moves up closer to the smoke to try and hold it, and actually gets one. Doesn't get out though. The trade's actually still on the side of Nebraska though.
And these
2
guns.
versus 3, but you can't leave. You can't let him get the guns. You kind of have to fight this. But look at the health for Skies. He's been so good today, but can he deliver even more? Cause out forward, gets a beautiful adjustment onto Reavage. Quick one tap, and ooh, even drops the poison orb. Is he ready? Ooh, Bucky gets its value. Thrifty and Merlin, once again, seems like this is like the funniest rivalry, the Cause versus Merlin rivalry. Every time we're watching Cause, he's like, it seems like he watched his film. He's like, I can't let this guy clutch. I have to shut him down now. Don't give him a chance.
He just gets a superpower. I don't know.
He gets +10 to all attributes when only Cause is left alive. Look at that ult combination. That could be dastardly from the side of the Cornhuskers.
Just unable to do anything. And as the Broncos walk up, the Prowler's going to show no one's playing close on A site.
Wow, look at this cover though. They went up A so fast that the rotates can already come through for Nebraska. They're ready for this, and the Paranoia comes out. Oh, but it's so unfortunate for Reavage. He saw Master and got his crosshair pulled. The rest of the team falling down. The last 2 players have been noted backside, and they're gonna get hunted. Out they go. Cause and Skelesis are taking the peak. Skelesis, decent damage, but actually the operator in hand is Seth. Could be scary if he wants to peek this, but Master crab walk gets
man.
crab walk peek to get 2 kills. What? The Broncos are they're just up to some shenanigans, and the operator in the hands of Skelesis now. Not what you want to see when you buy that gun.
And Prestige, we saw that. He threw the flash out for information, but they changed the character.
That's true. It doesn't give the comment anymore. That was pretty insane that you used to be able to do that, like enemy blinded. That was very interesting. But yeah, Vise is an interesting character. Very, very different in how you play her versus the rest of the cast.
Yeah, and she gets changed like every patch.
Reavage is getting ran straight down. Paranoia has to be used just to save his life, but I mean, like you mentioned, now Skies has literally 0 utility for the rest of the match. He is
just playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Ooh, what does it matter?
But he's very good at it.
What is that reaction time? Oh my goodness. 2 jiggle peek 1 taps in the same series. Skies. Man, he's awake. He's in form. He's in spring form. Spring Skies has been rumored about. Heard tales when I was just a little kid. but now I get to see it actually creeps past two. Gio might have had an angle on him, but instead it's going to be Kaz to take the 1v1. Seems like he's so aware, but instead, oh, he even baits him. Perfect play from Kaz to give himself a free kill, but Reavage actually, while that was happening, he held strong towards sight. Got 2 good picks, but he was taken down pretty low. The Broncos kind of have to reset here.
Try and just make sure that those guns don't go the way of them, but they already have.
Erlin might get a sketchy peek. Good movement. Ooh, the flash comes through. Nothing off of it though. Fault line used and a good smoke from Reavage makes it so difficult. There's only 17 seconds. They're gonna have to push this point. It's so hard, but I mean, they kind of give the space. Nebraska lets them come out a bit. Kaz is gonna try and hold, but the Rolling Thunder stops the plan, and in goes Merlin. Gets the first, but the plant actually comes down. Prestige is still alive. Gets the first, the second, one more. 5 health for Prestige. Reavage, the last to get. Oh, what a shot
that was
from
nasty.
Reavage. Sheriff finds the kill. And 4 rounds now. Wow.
Sheriff.
About as close as it can get, and Nebraska still saved some ults. That's literally as close as a round can get. What are you saving your ult for?
Hey, you remember how you said that you wanted them to have a skies?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that's about as close as you're gonna get to that.
That is I mean, that's so important, not only economy-wise, but I mean, 7-5 is on the board, and they already won a pistol and a bonus, so a good bounce back. I mean, they've already gotten more rounds than they got the entire last map.
Yeah, 7-5 is very close.
I like this though. We were talking about this. Nebraska's pushing out. They're getting space A, so now they have quicker rotates on B, but it might not matter because the conversion pass goes through and out goes Skies. Once again, so much damage. Oh, actually not as much damage as you probably would have expected. And Reavage gets one with the op, but Dink. Zilla's actually quicker, but Skies better weapon for the situation. Finds it. Reavage swinging again, and through the smoke, it's another stonewalled a little bit. The Broncos have to go, and Gio is gonna hear everything. Already hearing this footsteps, but what does he choose to do? Calls for support. What he said is here. Gets smoked off now. Skellis is good trading through the smoke. Kaz just sprays and gets one. Now it's right back the other direction. After Skellis gets that pick, they go right back to B. And the spot was so good from Gio, and now it almost doesn't even matter. Out the smoke with the operator. No fear. As they push forward, finally, Geomagics utilizes the Nightfall, and it hits everything. Not quite quick enough from Skellis, but quick enough from Prestige. 1 left. Gio creeping around the corner, marked, and Kaz takes him down. 8 on the half for Boise State.
Switching sides.
And now we're moving into the second half of the game. I think Boise State might have a bit of a easier time just like composition-wise defending compared to Nebraska.
Well, I like how earlier you had mentioned in the intro question, you were like, you know, like maybe we just go like a bit of a more normal team comp. You know, like I like the Rana, I like the Chamber, I like that kind of stuff. But I mean, they're playing pretty well. I mean, of course, the Broncos still in control, and especially I would expect their defense to be a little bit stronger. But good start from the Cornhuskers so far, as they're looking, it's gonna be a collision on B side. Look at this, 3 players, or 2 actually getting ready to push. Skies gets the first, and he's out and ready for more. 2 for Skies, great. That's more than you could ask for.
Retrieving flash.
And now the smoke, perfectly timed, kind of holds them back. This looks a bit like last round. Teams flipped, of course, but Broncos maybe learning from what the Cornhuskers did wrong. Now know not to give any kills mid. Instead, they double up, same position that Gio was just in, but maybe Master can get a bit more value out of it. Kaz has his back. Once Master sees them, Kaz is going to swing from the other angle, or maybe even vice versa, but the timing, Kaz leaves. Oh, but it might not be as important. They're considering going mid, and then they walk. The arm spotted, and actually both players just take a 1, and they're taken down. Kaz takes the contact first, and instead it backfires, but look at this flank.
Oh, man.
It's up so quick. There's no way they turn around this fast. I just simply don't believe it. That's
That
the plan canceled, and they're both so low.
30
Skelesis,
seconds left.
I don't know if he's heard both, but he certainly knows about another one. Oh, they're looking to fight him. Skelesis ready, jiggling, springs the first, damage found, trying to get a little bit more, spraying his ghost, but he can't find it, but it buys time for Prestige to get over from the back and get that pistol round locked up. 9 now for the Broncos. And a great game from Prestige, too.
Yeah, and just a crazy, like, getting into that timing. That was, like, almost cinematic, you know?
Wow. Again, I mean, we've mentioned it so many times, but just being able to have 6 players that are just incredible on your roster. Prestige, we mentioned 4th highest KDA in the PEC, and that's on a bit of limited maps. He normally will play 1 or 2, but today, trying out that Vise comp is so powerful. How does that kill? How does that even work? Prestige able to trade out another as well. 2 for 1 with the Bucky. Skelesis sets up and Prestige sprays the rest down. A quick round from the Broncos to get that anti-eco, and they kept a lot on the board there because Sky's only bought a Bucky. Look how much money he has.
Yeah, there's a lot of credits on their side, able to afford a rifle, which is a bit crazy.
I wish I had been keeping mental track. How many times has Sky's gotten a flying shotgun kill? It has to be like
half his kills.
It's like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane that it keeps working over and over. I mean, it's difficult to counter, but I mean, wow. Very impressive, and it's going to be interesting now. Rifles in the hands of Nebraska, but out quick, spraying through the smoke. Mid is a bloodbath. It's a crossfire. Everybody's there. Prestige even gets his backed up into the corner. Merlin is getting ran down already. Cause wants his honor back, and Merlin once again finds him. Interesting there. Skelesis trying to get a little bit forward, manages to get one, and the rest of the team, they know where they are. Both players have been spotted, but it's hard to push. Skelesis just trying to get a little bit of damage around the corner. Sky's the one to post up, gets the first, one more, the second is found, and a great play. I would say that mid play might be worthy of the unbottled play of the game, just because of how creative that was in making sure that, like, they knew the mid push was coming because they had better weapons, and they still just, they set up the spray, they had someone from every angle. That was great.
And yeah, that was your unbottled play of the game, presented by local dairy farm families. Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. Visit unbottled.com to learn more.
And I think that unbottled play of the game, it kind of, I think it shows why the record is what it is, because it almost just seems like the Broncos are just ready. They're ready for whatever play it seems like Nebraska thinks that is going to, like, catch them off guard. It never really does.
Yeah, I feel like the Broncos are always one step ahead.
As we say that, though, they've left A open, and a decent amount of space has been taken by Merlin. Still, though, wall comes up. The rest of the pressure's towards B. I don't think Merlin's going to get too creative. But the team kind of slows down here, and I like playing this one slow.
And I don't know if you saw, but Woody Seth just got shotgunned to the face.
Oh, did that happen? I missed it.
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, once again, same play, and almost the same result. Cause,
Oh!
Master sprays down everything. Skelesis perfectly with the support. Only one player left, but it's actually an interesting flank. Merlin's alive, and he's coming in from mid. Gets one. Spectre could potentially be upgraded here into a Odin if he wants it. Grabs it. Second flash about to be popped. Comes through, but Skies one taps through the flash. What a play from Master, lining him up, knocking him down, and getting the Broncos to match point.
Why is it that every time we call unbottled play of the game, just something crazy happens?
It's the curse. We do it every time. I'm sorry.
Man.
You can't retroactively change them. It's not how it works. But look at that spray. I mean,
Disgusting.
The difficult thing is he was noted by a guy with the stinger. Like, that's normally how those kind of plays fail, is you get hard cleared by a guy with a stinger, but no, I'll just adjust. I just hit that. Oh, and Prestige, he says it's his turn.
Oh.
Big ult! All 5 people hit! Prestige cleaning a few kills, but it's sketchy. Skies gets taken down. The full firing squad there, but Master is still in position. Gets one through the smoke, heals, swings, another, one more. Master, I can't believe it. Master from the smoke hits everything, and the Broncos win 2-0. A great start to this spring season for them.
I'm at a loss for words. Did we just see the same clip?
He called game.
Oh, man.
Wow, I mean, yeah, literally everybody came to play today, and I mean, I'd mentioned it. I said at 4-7, I was like, whoa, guys, like, this could be 7-5. They really, and then, boom, right back the other way, ended up 13-14, and a great start. Shows that the Broncos didn't leave anything in spring break. They didn't forget anything back home. They brought it all to play this season. And I mean, I have a hard time picking who. I mean, it's Skies actually. I was gonna say I have a hard time picking like my series MVP, but I mean,
you saw the first game.
I don't know who I'm tricking. Beautiful game from him as well, and yeah, I mean, wow, yeah, Master closed it out. he hit the game winner, and once again, Reavage, a good game, especially had that insane clutch, a couple really strong moments, but Skies getting those first bloods like that, I mean, it's just difficult to overcome that kind of mechanical aggression, you know?
Yeah, but something that I note here is the first bloods were the way of Nebraska that game. Like, Boise State really only had 5, and that's maybe why the rounds looked a little bit more difficult to win, but I mean, the Broncos still just powered through that.
Overall, I mean, a wonderful game to kind of set the pace for what's yet to come in the PEC spring season. Of course, next week's match, it's against the Utah team that, I mean, this Broncos team has not really been challenged by a lot of teams. Utah actually took them to a map 3, so a feisty team up next week. Of course, still looking forward to classic Michigan State, Ohio State games, but I think for today, we've got a top 5 and then a player interview, and that will be, it'll be Master, actually, the dagger himself, the game ender. So don't go anywhere for that. We'll be right back with that interview. But Skies has the outlaw, and the longer they wait, the less smokes they're going to have. Brim can't recharge them, and they don't really want to fight open angles. Skies is going to peek and just walks out, catches a perfect timing, and even gets the Cornhuskers as they're trying to think about what angles to play here.
And look as Skies comes up on this flank here.
Oh, he's going to swing it quick, but oh, they're not looking. Perfect timing from with the outlaw, and oh man, branching into spawn. The Broncos are like thorns. They're like a vine creeping into everywhere. Skies gets another, and the last 2 players are mid. Reavage able to get the first, but Skies hunting and gets one slow.
And I don't know if you saw, but Woody Seth just got shotgunned to the face.
Oh, did that happen? I missed it.
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, once again, same play and almost the same result. Whoa! Master! A few kills, but it's sketchy. Skies gets taken down, the full firing squad there, but Master is still in position. Gets one through the smoke, heals, swings, another, one more. Master, I can't believe it.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Since you guys have been in here, some things have changed. We've updated this place to be in its final form. New cabinets, new counters, all sorts of new stuff in here. This has turned into a place that wouldn't look out of place at an SEC or Big Ten football facility, and Dairy West has allowed us to have it here. We've taken a holistic approach to our player nutrition, and we're really thankful that Dairy West has made sure that our fueling station is the best in college esports and really at industry standard for any college athletic department.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where we're joined now by Skies, the Thanos of last series, playing insane to lead his team to a 2-0 map win victory in the first game of the PEC over Nebraska. And well, we've been talking a little bit just about your proclivity for the Waylay, and I was saying, like, I just don't really see a lot of other teams bring it out, especially in collegiate. Like, just what do you see in it that allows you to be so good?
Yeah, we originally pulled it from an APAC, a Korean team. They kind of made it popular, the Waylay. And they would do like what I was doing. They would slow him and then dash on him and kill him. So we basically just kind of stole that from them. And then once they did it in the pro circuit, it started getting way more popular. But yeah.
I mean, you put it to great use. And I mean, yeah, I was just saying, like, I wasn't counting, but literally, like, it seemed like half your kills were straight jumping on people with a shorty. Like,
yeah.
It seems weird, though. Sometimes I swear you hit, like, an entire shot to the head, and it's, like, 30 damage.
Dude,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Where's the damage going?
I know. I'm calling my team, like, I don't know how he's not dead.
Especially on the bind, I noticed, like, of course, you guys have always had insane set plays on bind. I remember back when you had the deadlock.
Yeah.
We would put it on the cam, like, you would hit it in the land util or U-Haul. Like, that was super cool. But every time I watch, you've got something new cooking. And, like, just how much time do you spend working on those set plays? And or a lot of those, like, just spur of the moment, like, yo, flash me in. Like, I thought of something.
Honestly, it's a lot of spur of the moment, not just from me, from my teammates as well. Like, they saw flash you, peek this, and they'll be like, okay, and I'll go in. Or if I see, like, an opportunity, like, right there, I knew that guy was stuck bench, so I just dashed on him. But we do have set plays to take, like, showers. Like, Griffin or Skelesis always mollies to get me up there. Yep. And then they, like, work B and give me a timing on A. So, yeah, they really set me up a lot.
How did you even get to that round, by the way? You're just in shower by yourself and just get 2 with that outlaw.
Yeah.
Like, what? How does that even work?
Luckily they were on half armor, so I only had to hit like 1 bullet.
Yeah.
But they kept peeking me.
Humble king. And so I noticed that. Well, is there anyone like you would say on the team that does that like the most? Is there someone that like is always like every round? It's like, wait, I got a vision. Like, someone hit this.
Well, yeah, Skelesis is our IGL, so he always calls, like, the pre-round stuff. And then I try to be proactive on the mid-round. Especially on Duelist, you kind of have to like, call for what you need in order to get space. So I try to take up that mid-rounding spot sometimes. And
lastly, Corrode. Like, when we would talk a little bit, like, in fall, anytime I talked to someone, it was always like, we don't really like Corrode. Like, yeah. But I was always... like, that's kind of your best, like, maybe not your best map, but whenever I watched it, I was like, these are like convincing wins. You're still undefeated. You're 5-0 now in PEC this year on Corrode. Like, you guys warming up to it a little bit? Yeah, definitely. On the new semester, we've been wanting to practice it more because we do like it, and we do end up winning a lot, even though at the beginning we thought we didn't. But we do, we like it. So we're starting to practice it more, and we're going to show it in more games, so it'll be fun. Think maybe going to pick it again? Well, you don't have to air out the spot. Yeah, no leaks. But Utah coming up next, they were not a lot of teams have even taken a map off of you guys yet, but they actually managed to do that. Is there something you got like in your mind going into that game? Anything you wanna do?
I think if we just stick to our game plan and don't overthink it, not thinking too much what they're doing, but focusing on what we want to do in the map, we'll do really well.
I agree. I mean, amazing game from you. I pulled up the stats a little bit. First map, you had 270 ADR. That's like almost 2 kills a round. Like, that's so insane. Great play from you. And if you guys keep up this form, especially, I mean, bonus question, you guys have a lot of just really great players. You can just, it's so insane the ability. Like, a lot of other teams when they have a sub in, it's kind of tough. But for you guys, like, it's right back to normal form.
Yeah, it seems like if I'm not the one with those stats, someone else on the team is. So there's always someone stepping up, and that's why I really like the guys.
But it was you today, so be proud of it. Be proud of it. Great game from you. Thank you, of course, for joining us up here. And I guess thank you for everybody watching the game. Have a wonderful night. Keep being wonderful to each other, and we will see you for the next great game.